Thanks for joining me. I am Heather with Rose Hill Paper Cottage, and this is my design team project for Ruby and Pearl XO. So today I'm sharing this garden journal that I've created for myself. I was really inspired by the garden that we have here. It's been many years since I've had one, and so my husband has really worked hard to just, let it grow, let it breathe, getting rid of the overgrown, planting our own things. And so I thought it would be nice to, just snip off things that I like and add them to this book. So when I saw Heather's new kit, the garden journal cards, that's kind of where this whole thing started. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a journal. So I used one of the images on the front, and then I just added a hitch post, and that label is already at the base of those flowers, but I added a little label plate. And I recycled a lot of, just different things, packaging and such to make this. Using up a lot of my scraps, using up, various scraps that I, brought with me. So there's a lot of different kits that I used inside, but I did mainly focus on those garden journal cards. So here I just made a smaller version of it, and I had to fix where they had torn out the stamp. And so I used it there and just kind of created my own new stamp there with the journal card, a little baby one. And this is from the garden catalog. It's, I believe it says like flower seeds or something on it. So I just miniaturized them, made a whole bunch of them. And I thought if I wanted to, write down something, whether it be like a memory or the type of flower, but sometimes stuff like that's not important to me, those types of details. I just, like capturing those moments with the dried flowers. And I will obviously know that they're from my garden. And sometimes I like knowing what they're called, but other times, that's not important. But I may write it down. But it's really just to capture what I think is pretty. So I just use a lot of old papers, and I used a lot of her different, kits kind of for the background pages. Some I used authentic stuff with, which is what that flower image is clipped to, an actual antique document. And I just put some plain paper on that. But she has so many kits that you could use, anything from like the ledgers to vintage paper, vintage script, antique and French paper. There's just all kinds of different papers to use if you don't have authentic pieces. And then I just hand stitched on that ribbon, and then there's a little pocket there. I have a sewing machine. I haven't used it yet. I should. I've probably had it for like a month, but it's just been so busy. And then I made a bag with using the tracing paper. Heather has a video on that. They're super easy to make. So I printed one of the flower images from, I can't remember the kit name, but I'll put it down below. Botanical Flowers, maybe, or something. So I did some paint swatches there, used another scrap of paper, and then that's an authentic scrap left over. So I wanted there to be a lot of space in this. So there's not a whole lot of decorating. It's very simple details so that I can add in my flowers from the garden. And I'm just going to add them in. It doesn't matter to me if they stain or bleed or anything like that. I'm putting them in there fresh or dried, whatever I want to do. And just gonna go for it. So here's a second signature. So just a lot of really simple papers and trim pieces and just anything I thought was pretty or just match the whole vibe of this. Another one of the little, I guess postage stamp size I did. I can't remember. Maybe that is what it's called in the computer. I can't remember. And there's another image. So there's a lot of images, and you can print them out, different sizes based on, what your print settings let you do. Some embossed paper. And I embossed that on the back of one of the antique stamped documents. And then I created just like a little flip here. So this could be like a little pocket, like tuck, not really a pocket, I guess like a tuck if I wanted to, or I can completely open it up. And then this is from the garden catalog page, and then I've done one of her ledgers inside. And this, I took one of the images from the garden journal cards and I just like used an edge of it to make this tag. It's on a wooden tag piece. So just some really simple but pretty elements that are cohesive and look pretty, but yet the flowers will stand out on them. That's an authentic letter behind there. And then some grungy old paper, which I love, and some embossed paper. But I just love all of the neutrals that Heather has. It really just, they're so interesting and so pretty. And they just, they just let everything else kind of just shine off of them. They're really, really pretty. So there's going to be some close-ups of the inside of this where you'll see a little bit more. So there's that label plate. I think that's what they call, are they called label frame? I don't know what they're called. But here's just some, close-ups of just, it's rustic and shabby, and I really like that. And I just used embroidery floss, and no rhyme or reason. You'll see the back side of it. It doesn't matter to me if it's imperfect, messy. I just like the look of that. And there's the bag for future things I want to put through it. I just love all the just simple details and embellishments. And some flowers tucked there. I just really love how it turned out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you